Hi, I'm Margo Ward and welcome to the Oklahoma Bankers Association. It's been a while since we've checked on our friends in the OBA Insurance Agency, so we decided to catch up with the hardworking Judy and Rhonda. Judy tells us that questions concerning fraud insurance continue to be among the most asked by our bankers. So we had Judy sit down with our communications department and talk a little bit about what bankers can do after fraud hits.
Well, thank you, Jeremy and Margo, for coming by the insurance agency. We're always happy to talk to you. We continue to be bombarded with questions about fraud in the insurance department. It is one of the biggest questions we're asked about. And as far as insurance coverage, when I hear a fraud incident, my first thought is, how are my banks covered for when that fraud incident occurs? And the biggest fraud that we see, the biggest exposure I think the banks have, is when your customer has a virus on their computer, and as a result of the customer's computer having a virus on it, someone is able to take over their account, transfer money from their account, and then the customer thinks that the bank should have been aware of it because they're the owners, they're the ones that handle the checking account. Not all policies cover that exposure, so it is important for the people at the banks that are responsible for the insurance coverage to check with their agents or their insurance carriers to ask that question. What happens in the event we have a customer who has money transferred from their account as a result of the virus on their computer and not on the bank's computer? And quite honestly, I don't know of a situation where there's been a loss that has occurred because there's been a virus on the bank's computer. Banks are very meticulous about protecting customers' information, and but it's very common that the customer can have one on their computer, and we have had losses involving commercial businesses where that has happened. Large commercial businesses that would normally have good IT departments, but it is not unusual that they look toward the bank to help to cover that loss. So it's important to know if you have coverage for that risk. The second area that we see a lot in is debit card losses. And there is debit card coverage that you can buy to protect you for those losses. The policies that cover those they vary considerably, but there is coverage for that, and the coverage that you have, that you would want to make sure that you have, is if you have a circumstance happen where you have a large debit card loss for several customers that are hit at the same time. So those are the two areas we're really working with now, and do check your policies and check with your agent to see how you're protected for those risks.
And have them contact you with any questions.
And have them contact me with any questions anytime. My cell phone number is the best place, 405-203-1595.
Thanks, Judy, and thanks for continuing to be a valuable resource for our bankers. Remember, if you have any questions concerning insurance, please give her or Rhonda a call up here at our offices. Thanks for watching. As always, I'm Margo Ward with the Oklahoma Bankers Association, where we make bankers better.